Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Sauce. Still on wildcard weekend here. Got another division rivalry in the first round. Dolphins, Bills, 13.5 point spread. Still going to be an interesting one, though. Let's talk about it. Welcome to The Sauce. The Sauce. Sauce. Hey, get the sauce. All right, Miami on the road in Buffalo here. The line was Bills minus 10.5, and it still was at 10.5 Tuesday morning. Early public was definitely all over Buffalo. 66% of the tickets, 72% of the money on the Bills as of Tuesday morning. Actually, it even drops as low as 9.5 on Wednesday morning, but then the news drops that Skylar Thompson is going to be starting at quarterback for Miami. Line shoots up to 13.5, and even more of the public. This is the most public bet of the weekend. Everyone's on Buffalo here. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know what the first step is. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Buffalo minus 6.28. So that's a full touchdown lean on the Dolphins. However, the model does not incorporate injuries. So the model doesn't know Tua isn't playing. The model doesn't know Mostert isn't playing. We'll get to that in a second. So let's break down this matchup. And do you remember it was weeks 8, 9, and 10? Bills were actually struggling a little bit. Josh Allen was dealing with that elbow injury, throwing some bad interceptions. They lost 2 in a row to the Jets and Vikings. And Buffalo was looking pretty vulnerable. Do you remember that? Well, they've won 7 in a row since then. So obviously, most of us, myself included, the large majority of the people watching this video, most of us expect Buffalo to win this game. Not only do they have the better team, but also Miami's just crushed with injuries right now. Obviously, Tua's out. Teddy Bridgewater is actually questionable, but Skylar Thompson's been named the starter. Raheem Mostert is also out, like I mentioned. So Miami's rocking with the 3rd string quarterback and the 2nd string running back. They're also banged up on the offensive line, but good news for the Dolphins. It looks like the 2 tackles, Armstead and Shell, they're going to play, it looks like. So they're just going to be missing 1 guard. So in the grand scheme of things, they're not completely crushed by injuries, but in comparison to the Bills, Buffalo's rocking at almost full strength right now. They're just missing those 2 edge rushers, obviously Von Miller and that guy Epinesa. I hope I'm saying that right. He's good though, Epinesa. So they're missing 2 edge rushers. Micah Hyde is also going to miss this week and next week at safety, but he's been out since week 2 anyway, so that's not news. So not only is Buffalo the better team, but they're also the much healthier team. So where can we find some angles that support a Miami bet? Because we don't even have to find angles of why we should bet Buffalo. We already know. Better quarterback, better team, healthier at home. We don't need to go over that. We all know that already. What we need to look at is see if there's any angles that support a Miami bet that we're missing. And I actually found a really good one that I like. So what do we know about Miami's defense? They blitz a lot, right? This has been going on for a few years. They blitzed on 33.3% of their defensive snaps this year. That's actually down a little from the Brian Flores years, but still 3rd highest in the NFL. So we know the Dolphins are going to blitz their asses off in this game. Blitz fest. But that's completely okay because Josh Allen has been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL against the blitz in recent years, right? Shouldn't be a problem at all, right? Well, hold on. Check these stats out. I got these from The Athletic this morning. This is interesting. So of the 33 qualifying quarterbacks this year, Josh Allen is 31st in completion percentage and 31st in yards per attempt when the defense sends 5 or more pass rushers. It actually gets even worse for Josh Allen because he's trending downwards. In the first 7 weeks of the season, he was 11th in yards per attempt against the blitz. Since week 8, dead last. If you're wondering how the Dolphins just keep these games close against the Bills both times, that's your angle. That's how. If you're betting Miami, you are hanging your hat on that blitz, hoping it continues to give Josh Allen problems. That brings us to Skylar Thompson and the Dolphins offense. Now, is he truly that bad? I mean, 13.5 points in a division rivalry playoff game. Is he really that bad? It's really tough to answer that question. It's tough to get a read on this guy's numbers because he was so in and out. He took over at halftime in this game. Then this game he starts and Teddy Bridgewater takes over in the 2nd quarter. I mean, he's just in and on and off the field. It's hard to get a read on the quarterback when they're throwing him on the field, pulling him off the field. I mean, a big part of playing quarterback, well, really any position in any sport, but quarterback especially, it's finding your rhythm, getting comfortable with your teammates out there. And it's hard to make a judgment on a guy who comes in and plays 2 or 3 drives. Something I will say, and I'm saying this tongue-in-cheek kinda, but it's true, in the only game where Skylar Thompson started and finished, the only game where he was officially the quarterback, Miami won. They beat the Jets. Seriously, think about that. In the only game where Skylar Thompson was the quarterback, He beat the Jets in a must-win game. Dolphins needed that game to get into the playoffs, and he got it done. Now, he only threw for like 155 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks, something like that. He certainly wasn't spectacular, but the Jets' pass defense is elite. And just to not turn the ball over and secure the win, I mean, he deserves points for that, honestly. Which is why I'm leaning towards the fish. Yes, I said fish. I'm leaning towards the fish here. I'm taking the points. I think if Skylar Thompson just doesn't turn the ball over, but the Miami blitz-heavy defense gives Josh Allen just enough problems to cover this number. So my bets for this game, I'm definitely taking the points. Give me Miami plus 13.5. If you're looking for a second bet, I may add Buffalo team total under 28.5 as another half unit. We'll see. I'll let you know in the morning. So yeah, Dolphins plus the points and probably Bills team total under. If anything changes with these bets, I will let you know on Twitter. So give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final tickets that we put out, which is bet of the day, parlays of the day, top bets, we put that out for every sport. So head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app if you're interested in that. Wildcard weekend, baby. I'm recording this. It's still about an hour until kickoff on the Seattle-San Francisco game. Trying to get these videos done so I can chill and watch. Remember to bet responsibly. Playoffs are tough and people have a tendency to overbet in the playoffs. Try to remember to bet responsibly and have some fun, and I'll talk to you on Twitter.